Morning, welcome back to another episode. What are we up to today? We've got a bridge to rebuild for a customer. Not something we normally do, but it's a good customer. So, and we use the bridge quite a bit when we're working there, so shouldn't be too bad. Where am I going? I wanted to go down there. Just loaded up with tools, making our way to site. Shouldn't be too bad. I'll show you when we get there what we've got to do. It's mostly just reboarding, put a handrail up, make it wide enough so they can get the ride-on mower across to mow the grass to the side. Shouldn't be a bad job as long as I don't fall in the brook, otherwise I'm gonna get wet. We'll see how it goes. I might have to bring my armbands tomorrow. Yeah, all good. The weather's nice for once. How long it'll last, I don't know. We seem to be getting there. The blue sky, nice and warm. And what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. I can't drive and talk at the same time. It's just too complicated. What was I going with this? Oh, I've ordered, yeah. Some of you will be happy to know that I've ordered 2 tripods for the truck. Because on the last video that I've put up about the old school cement mixer, people were complaining that my camera skills were crap, which they are, because I'm not a cameraman. I'm just doing this just to show you what I get up to. We'll get better as the time goes on. I tell you what, the more likes and subscribes, the better the camera work will get, because the more I can, the more it will push me on to do better on the channel. So there you go. There's a challenge. You keep challenging me to get better, I'll challenge you to like and subscribe, and it'll work both ways, shall it? Anyway, I will show you the bridge when we get to site. We're on site, and here she is. She's definitely seen better days. Normally there's a load of scaffold boards laid across the top, but the last floods we had a couple of weeks ago washed them all away. I think there's 2 over there in the undergrowth been washed out over there, so I'll get over there and lay some boards out. Yeah, not too bad. I've got to replace all these cross pieces. Then on this side, build a framework and a handrail so they can walk across. Well, handrail might be better on this side, maybe. I don't know. Either side. One of the sides anyway has got to have a handrail. And make it wide enough so you can get the ride-on mower through. That's about as close as I can get my truck. It's a lovely place to work, this is. Right, I think we'll get some tools set up, get the radio on, and start stripping out, I think. Got my boards out now. First, what do you call them? Cross pieces? Floor? Rails? I don't know. Yeah, I got the first one off. So this is how whoever built it previously has done it. They've got this sort of like a U-section rail, and they've used washer, bolt, and then put your board on and put your nut on. So I'm going to do the same, but I was planning on doing the same. But it looks like we might have a bit of welding to do, because it's a bit blown. That side looks okay. It's this side. I might have to cut a section out and then weld a new bit in, but we'll see. I'm going to get it all stripped back so far, and then see what we're up against. Back on the road again today. Yeah, that bridge plans changed. Originally I thought that C-section rail, well, it's door rail, I found out since, is all rotten on the one side. Well, it's on both sides. I thought it was only on one side when I first quoted for it, so I thought I would just cut that section out and we'll just weld a bit of plating, but no, both sides are gone. On the top right hand side, and the bottom left hand side is gone as well, so I thought we'll just cut the whole lot out and start again. So I haven't got any door rail. Neither there's a bloke I went to go and see to get some steel. He can't get any till end of next week, so slight change of plan because we're on the job now. We've got some 50mm box section, which I'm going to weld along the bridge rails, and then bolt some timbers to it so we can make the frame for the bridge and make the foot plates for the bridge. And then I've got some 100mm by 50mm box sections which I'm going to weld in between the two rails. But because of where the site is, there's no electric, and I don't think it's a good idea putting 2 or 3 extension leads together to go welding with my gas MIG welder. And I haven't got a petrol arc welder. I've got an arc welder, but again, it's not a good idea putting 3 or 4 extension leads together to get to where we want to be. So I'm going to have to go and hire a petrol arc welder. So I'm on the way to the yard now to pick the trailer up to go and pick the arc welder up. Yeah, and then we'll hopefully, I've got to pop into Screwfix and grab some more cutting discs because I'm running out of cutting discs. I've only got about 6-7 left. I ain't gonna last 5 minutes cutting that old stuff apart. And my petrol stone saw is still broken. I haven't had time to fix it. So, because I've been fixing everybody else's stuff. So we have to do it with the battery grinder. So yeah, so I think that's about it. Shouldn't be too bad. It's one of them, just spend time driving around getting materials here and there because the job's changed. But I suppose it's a job to know when you're quoting, because you don't want to strip all that timber off the bridge just so you can quote, and you might not get the job anyway. So I just did the best looking I could. But it happens like that. There's always something hidden under. No jobs go straight forward. There's always something hidden under somewhere. But it's all right. We'll adapt and come round it. Yeah, I'm going to go and pick this welder up, and we'll catch up with you when we're back on site. This the front of this video is going to be me just waffling for a bit. Back on site, we have steel, we have petrol grinder, we have a 9-inch Titan grinder. Should I just say grinder for that? That's a welder. We have a 9-inch Titan grinder, 45 quid from Screwfix. Don't know whether it's going to be any good, but hopefully she'll do the job. Get that over there, get them old bits cut off, and we'll get these new sections welded on. Finally got all the steel work off. Now that was hard work. We went through all of my little cutting discs and 3 of the 9-inch cutting discs just to get all that steel work off. You can see how bad it was. Look, it didn't look too bad on the outside, but I mean, that's probably the better one out of the 4 of them, to be honest. The other one's just dropped in there. Whether you can see that other one, look. Got the stake of that in there. You can't rebuild a bridge on that. So. Whew. Get all these rails cleaned up, touch of paint on them, and then touch of paint in the middle. Grind some bits where we're going to weld, and then that box can go on there. Then weld that up tomorrow, get your middle pieces in, and then we'll get the timber frame on and start getting the bridge rebuilt. Yeah, we're getting there slowly. Morning, day 2, back on site. Slowly getting everything set up. Aim of the game today, get these 4 rails cleaned up, get the steels welded on, get the holes mag drilled to bolt the timber to, and then collect materials if we get time today. And you never know, we might even get time, we might get to start putting some timbers on, but we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. Shouldn't take too long to get all this prepped and welded, hopefully. But we'll get it all set up. I've got some new tripods today. Got a big one and a little one, so we'll see. We might be able to get some decent camera angles, stop you lot moaning. Right, 12mm cutter in the mag drill. We've got the four lengths of steel to drill the holes in. So we'll get that done. We'll do one raw, and then I'll probably put you on a time lapse to do the rest. If the generator will start this morning, it should do. Tell you what, I'm impressed with that little, well, I say little, yeah, little, this generator. It's a generator slash welder. I think we might have to invest in one of these. Handy machine. You've got your two sockets for 230, 2 sockets for 110, and then you've got your welder, all your welding stuff on that arc welder on there. I think it's a brilliant machine. I've only got a little Honda Silent 1000-watt generator. Lucky if that wouldn't even charge the Milwaukee batteries, that generator. So I think it might be time to invest in one of these. That worked well. That's the first weld done. I mean, I don't do a lot of arc welding, to be honest. It's mostly MIG, and even MIG ain't the best. My welding anyway. Get you down here. I'm trying not to drop you in the water. I mean, she's definitely not very clean. But yeah, don't look too closely. It'll do the job. I'm not a professional welder at all, but it does the job. One welded on both sides. Just 3 more to do, and then get a bit of paint on it. Won't be too bad.
You're mine for sure. Yeah.
tends to help when these things have petrol in them. I was just finished off welding that on the last weld, and she started dying. I thought, oh, you know what? I've forgotten the petrol. I've run out of petrol, and I've left the petrol in the workshop. So guess where I've been? Half an hour of the day wasted just because I forgot the petrol this morning. End of day 2. All the steel welded on, all ready for timbers tomorrow, and a lick of paint all round. So that'll be it for today. All packed up, all ready to go. I'm going to go and have some tea, I think. It is, what is it, 5 o'clock exactly. So yeah, I've had enough for today. I've got a bolt in my arse pocket. Chuck that down there. Right, we'll see you in the morning. A little different today. We have an Artesia Duo Cut 41 Briggs & Stratton engine, self-propelled. I'm on the bridge job, just been and picked up all the timber. And yeah, I've got all this grass that I'm going to need this area for putting all the timber out and working. So my boots are getting soaked, so I thought I'll just bring the mower and cut it. Here we go, there's one timber bolted on. I've got to put a fixing in the middle, just there. And then we've got that one to do and the other 3 to do. So I'll put you on the time lapse and you can watch me faff around with this. As you can see from that bit of time lapse, we've just got the 2 rails on, so now we've got to cut all our cross pieces for the bridge, obviously. So it'll be 50 inches long. There's certain spec for the ride-on mower to go over. So we've got plenty of cutting to do, which could be interesting, especially as I haven't got a chop saw. I've only got my Milwaukee circular saw. It's a M18 BLC S66. I think it's got a 66mm cut, depth cut. I think that's how it works. But yeah, a lot of cutting to do. So we'll cut a couple on. I'll cut this one and then we'll stick one time lapse again, and I'll cut a couple and then we'll move back over there and we'll get a few connected, fitted, screwed, whatever. Won't be too bad. First one cut. I've got to get all this screwed up and then I've got to paint it all. It's going to be fun, isn't it? As you can see by that nut is slightly raised. So what I'm going to do is I put the board down nice and level, and then I just hammered the end just to mark where that nut goes. And I'm just going to drill down slightly just to recess the board level, hopefully. sits down nice and flush. We'll level that up. And that is going to be our first piece installed. We've just got a few more to do. Just checked our measurements either side again. 70mm this side and 70mm this side. We're nice and flush on the front. You've probably noticed by now that I'm working both inches and millimeters, which is a bit strange, but that's how I was taught Imperial. But of course now everything's metric, isn't it? So I cross over, which really confuses the local builders merchants, because the lads can't cope with the old stuff. So you give it an Imperial and they're just like, what are you on about? Which amuses me quite a bit. They just look at you blankly and go, can we have it in metric please? Right, yeah. Just sorry, I'm just faffing around putting tools away and getting tools out. We'll be with you in a minute. Some screws. We're going to use 5x75s, I should think. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that. Double them up. Try and get a nice straight line all down the bridge, hopefully. And then he goes and moves the level. Bloody stinging nettles. Again, the other side. Take that measurement from there to there, which is 170mm. Grab a pencil. Wait a minute. Right, so it said 170mm in from the edge, which would be there. That is 30mm, which is there. That measurement between there and there is 140. Impact driver. There we go, that's the first of many installed. We'll set you up on time lapse, cutting a few and then fitting a few, and we'll work to go to the end, and then I'll probably cut back in and we'll fit the timbers on the other side and carry on going. just show you some raw clips instead of just time lapse all the time of how I'm doing it. So you get a bit of timber, cut at 50 inches. Whether you can see that very well. I'll try and stay out of the way of the camera if I can help it. Level on the end, just push it in so make sure it's level with the rest of them. While you've got your level on the end, I've got a little spacer. It's not really a spacer, it's a harness clip, but it does well. It works as alright as a spacer for this job. Get that in. Once that's in that side, I've drawn a line from the first set of screws all the way down the edge. So put your level across that, and then mark out where your line is. And then I've done the first screw at 30mm and the second screw at 140. There's no logic to that, it's just the numbers that we made up. And again, put your spacer in this side. Try not to knock the camera in the water while you're at it. Make sure all's online. Same again this side. There you go. That's pretty much how I'm doing it. We'll get another one on. Move you so you can see a bit better. It's not very easy on this job because there's not much room to put the camera in the right place and try not to get in the way while you're working. So I like about the Milwaukee pack out boxes, they've got these little boxes. They're excellent, handy for screws. I've got their slim pack out box. It's all full of different size screws, which is really handy for taking screws on site. You haven't got boxes that are cardboard boxes that are getting wet and falling apart, and then you spill your screws everywhere. You just, once you've done a day, just replenish the screws at the workshop. I'll take you over and show you in a second. There you go, that goes in there. So we've got all our different size screws. My wife made me the stickers, so I've got all the different size screws that we, sort of the ones we use regularly. and they're all in there. And then we've got nuts, concrete screws, some faceplate brackets, some angle brackets, some nuts and washers, spring washers. Yes, handy box that. Right, morning, we are back on the bridge job. It's the 4th day, it's Saturday morning, it is 9:15 and it's the 4th of May. So hopefully we can get all this boarded out today and get it finished. That's the plan anyway. Right, got this side on. We're just going to go and grab the timber and bolt this side on, and then we'll be getting the cross pieces put on then. Right, you just saw that bit of time lapse, just boarding up to there. I just put an extra bit in there because there's quite a stretch from the middle steel that I welded into that end. So it just stops a bit of twist either side that way. So that bottom section is touching the box either side, and then you've got that top piece just to bridge the gap. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll just get all that boarded out now. I'm going to have a bit of lunch. It's only 11 o'clock, but I'm hungry, so quick drink and a packet of mini cheddars, and then we'll get the handrail on once that's been boarded up, and we should be somewhere near then. There we go, that is the floor all boarded out. Just going to make a start on the handrail now. We've got a nice 4x2 6-metre length. So we're going to stick a post in on this end here and a post in on that end in. That end over there. 2 3x3 posts in either side. Set that at a certain height, and then do I've got another one of them 4x2s to go on top, and I've got another 3x3 post to set somewhere in the middle, wherever the middle is, probably somewhere around about here I should think. Yeah, and then just to finish it off nicely, I've got some half round rails that I'm going to screw to the top of the 4x2, just so you got something nice to run your hand along when you're walking on it, and maybe put one at knee height. Yeah, we're getting there slowly. I'm really enjoying this job. It's good fun. There she is. First post in. They'd only got 3-metre length at the merchant, so that's what I had to go with. I cut it down. But 2 foot down, bag of post mix. When the level focuses. Level focuses when the phone focuses. Nice and level both ways. So we've got one to do on the other side, and then we can run these 2 6-metre timbers across, and we'll get that middle post fixed in. Right, just tack them 2 rails on for now. I think that's probably a decent height. So you walk on the bridge and then that's sort of like a elbows height. I've done that bottom rail at knee height. And then, yeah, I think that's about right, I think, personally. That's this side, just got, I'll double screw everything up. And then saw them off, saw the posts off. Got to put a post in that middle just to support them 6 meters because they'll soon sag. And then half round rails on top just to finish it off, and then a half round rail all the way along the edge of that bridge, just stop sort of like loose things rolling off, or if he bumps it with the mower he knows he's getting close to the edge of the bridge sort of thing. Yeah, and then once that's done, just sand up all the edges, just sand the pencil lines off where I've screwed everything up. Yeah, the customer's going to paint it, he's told me a minute ago, so it saves me doing it, so that's alright. I'll set you up on a bit more time lapse. I know the video's been a bit time lapsey, but it'll be alright. Yeah, oh, and I've just noticed that stood here filming, that's really helpful, so I'll do something about that. Probably turn the timber around the other way so it's facing on the outside, and then you've got your rail on top so you're not going to see it, I think. I begin to Right, just cut that end post off and the middle one down, and I've just sat the half round rail on top of it. I think that'll be alright once that's been screwed up. And I think what I'm going to do is, just for a bit of extra security, is put a centre post in here, because that's 3 meters, so go half of 3 meters. Same again that side. I mean, it's strong enough, I've leant on it, pushed on it, it doesn't move, but I don't know, I just think it might look a bit better as well, just a bit of extra support, I think. We'll get that done. We've got to cut that end one off and get that half round rail on and get them centre posts in. I think we'll be nearly done then. That'll be a good job done. I begin to Right, there she is. She's all done. Just been along and sanded all them boards just to get rid of the pencil lines and the mud marks, and then I'm going to go and walk across it. Customer's been out, he's over the moon, he's happy with it. We're back on Tuesday to pick all the timber up, what's left. There she is. Well, the usual. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like that episode, like, subscribe and share, and give us a comment and tell us what you think if you feel the need to. And yeah, until the next one, do well.